Alright, so I have a couple of announcements before I start doing game finds. I'm not sure what number game finds this is. um, but I think, yeah. So, uh, just as my regular streaming schedule is, I don't know if I actually announced this on stream or at any point. I did announce it in my Discord, but I'm going to be changing up my streaming schedule to allow one current gen game and then one retro game. The current gen game being played on Monday and Wednesday, and the retro game being played on Thursday and Friday. So at the moment, I just played through the beginning of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This game's gonna be freaking massive, but that's quite okay. That is quite okay. And on top of that, on Thursday, I'm going to be starting Twisted Metal 4 for the PlayStation 1. This was purchased by Kotama. I feel like that's going to be more of a fun game as well, because I've never actually beaten Twisted Metal 4. Like, I've gone through some of it, but yeah. I probably won't 100% it. I would like to explore a decent chunk of the game, because that's kind of my nature of everything, but I'm not going to 100% it. I feel like 100%ing games in my streaming world, it seems to be doing a lot more worse than good. I'm basically artificially extending the amount of times I stream a particular game by like 5 or 6 times. And then with games like this, where it's just a massive collection quest, and unless they have like a very easy way to 100% everything without needing to just literally sit there and research it, then that might be okay to do. But it's gonna be on a case by case scenario. I really want to be able to keep going through games to keep the variety stream going, and this is why I've actually am going to stick with the current gen retro mix up, if you want that in mind. On the weekends, I've kind of announced on the Discordia channel, and I will be announcing on mine soon when I get more of a solid plan on what I'm doing. I plan on streaming Go. Go is a board game that I actively play in and actively run a club for, and I'm going to be playing it twice a month. That's not a huge amount. It's honestly it's not gonna be like a lot of other streamers, but I want to be able to kind of keep up my skill in the game, and it's the only way I'm really going to be able to do it. So this way I'm not going to be pushing any crazy amount of Go, but it's going to happen. I'm not 100% sure when, and I'm not 100% sure how, but it's going to happen. I want it to happen. Most likely it's going to be on Sunday nights on the 2nd and 4th week of any given month. But like I said, it's still in the planning stages. So in order to actually get my 3rd stream announcement, we're going to have to go through some game finds. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to start with really, really old stuff here, and then go straight to the current gen, because I have nothing in between. So these 2 games I ended up picking up at a Goodwill, as you can see from the back, and you don't normally see these games pop up in Goodwills or thrift stores, and if they do, people are like, oh, it's an old game, it's gotta be worth millions of dollars. And it's not. It's really not. But so these couple of games are very kind of classic games that define this particular system. And that would be Missile Command for the Atari 2600. Yeah, you see the $2 price tag at the bottom there. Now, Missile Command was actually kind of fun. I remember playing it in various different forms. Basically, you have missiles coming down, and you're supposed to shoot missiles to counter the missiles. That's really all there is to it. This is Atari we're talking about, guys. It ain't anything crazy. The other one is Yard's Revenge. Now, I'm going to be absolutely fair. I wanted to actually look up this game before showing it on stream, but I just didn't have the time to do so. So I don't know much about this, but I have heard of the name. And I feel like that's good enough for me to actually get it for, once again, the same price tag. So there isn't too much to these, but this is actually going to be a very slow grow of my Atari 2600 collection. I only have 6 other titles, with one of them being the kind of recognized worst game ever made. So yeah, one day I'll play AT. One day. Alright. So moving on to, we're gonna go jump slightly ahead to the Xbox One. This was a purchase by Bleached Out. She wanted to get this game because this is one of her more favorite, I guess, series of games, and that is Forza Horizon 4. Now, from my understanding, Forza Horizon is a very well-made racing game. I ended up playing a few on the Forza series, and you know, I feel like you can only make racing so nice before you have to do something else with it. But this is quite a beautiful game. You know, it's great that you could just drive around and do stuff. Though I'm not sure about the meat and the potatoes of this thing. Did not come with any manual. But you know, that's kind of par for the course these days. But yeah, it's kind of fun to play it. I ended up playing a little bit. But like I said, I don't know that much about it. When she buys something, I'm just like, it goes in the game pile. This game would be massive though. I feel like this would bring hundreds of hours. If you were in the racing, that would just eat up your entire year right there. You don't need to buy any other games. But I'm not that kind of person, am I? Because I'm actually going to start with a game that I've kind of kept my eye on. It's kind of odd that it's actually in my possession now. Because I didn't think I would get this game. But then I ended up seeing it and it was so cheap. Like $10. I'm like, I don't know. It kind of describes of how much of a cheap ass I am when it comes to collecting certain games. Like, some games I'm just like, oh, $80, no problem. I'm just gonna throw all my money at it, no problem. And then, yeah, it ain't. And some games are just like, free? No, I think you gotta pay me a little bit to take that game. It's not worth the free. Anyways, this has so happened to be the case for Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. This is the Day 1 edition for some reason. And this actually is the original packaging. It's very loose. But yeah, it is original. You see that little crease there. Now, from what I understand, I've never actually played any of the Deus Ex games. But I do have some on Steam as well, so I'm actually open up Steam right now. I have a couple on there. Where is it? Yeah, I have Deus Ex Game of the Year, Invisible War, Human Revolution, The Fall. I don't know, I have 3 of them? I have so many. Well, 4 of them. So now I actually have 5 of these scam games, and I haven't played a single one of them yet. Oh, I'm doing great, guys. I'm doing great. But yeah, it's all about, like, cyborgs, in a way. And everything's kind of like corporation-based. I think that's all I really understand what's going on. This series is really big, and I feel like I should know a lot more about it and probably play more games about it, but oh well. Well, it was like it was one of those games where you're just like, I kind of do want to give it a shot. I want to give it a try. But then I look at the price of it and I'm just like, is this worth, like, am I going to pay $20 to go pick up this game and then have it sit on my shelf for like 8 years because I'm never going to be able to get to it in time? And that's kind of what happens. Oh, references. You think I understand references? Nice try, though. Nice try. Alright, moving on. We have a game that some people have already been asking me to play, and I didn't even own it yet, so. And that will actually be God of War for the PlayStation 4. Now, I know people have been praising the living hell out of this game. Just of how nice and cool this game is. And I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to play through the first 3 God of Wars first before I moved on to anything else. Before I actually moved on to this game. The reasoning behind this was, I don't really understand the series. I know it's just literally about a very, very angry man who wants to kill every god there is. And this seems to be a little bit different and kind of a different take of it. He's got a beard now. He's got a son to take care of. And yeah, this isn't unopened yet, so I'm not going to open it until I play it. Yeah, that's all I need to know. Yeah, and I feel like for most of these current games, I don't need to understand that much to get into the game. Because if you actually have to tie all the games together, it would just seclude your audience. So no, that makes perfect sense. Well, he's a daddy in the new game. But no, I really want to experience through the first 3. Just kind of like marathon through them at some point. But, that kind of has to go to the wayside to other people who actually purchase games on my stream. So, oh well. The next one is something that Scatmaker might actually start saving for me to play. This is actually one I wanted to pick up too, because just all the talk I heard of this game, and I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $80 for this. No way. I don't understand anything that's going on about this game enough, and I'm gonna wait for it to get cheap. And now it's cheap. Yeah, he's gonna purchase this game. Nier Automata. Yeah. I get that the game's really good. And it's probably on my short list of PS4 games. But then again, I have a lot of short lists right now, and it's turned into a long list. It's gonna happen. See, I knew it. He's gonna purchase the damn game. Well, it is a request, and this isn't technically an RPG, so. Oh, Diablo 2. I really should pick that one up too. If only I could stream full time, it would be awesome. Look at you. You could purchase a game too.
Yeah, but how come he has more points than me?
Because he's been subscribing. But yeah, that's going to be a game that's gonna get played really soon, I think. Huh? You're making me play Dragon Quest Builders too? Oh, yeah, you still gotta buy that game for me though.
No.
I can't purchase the game for you to make me play it. That doesn't work that way. But yeah, that's the next one. It'll get added into the list pretty soon. Um, so we're actually gonna move on to two more games. Like I said, this isn't gonna be a long list, and this game, I've ever since I played the older game on the PlayStation 2, I've kind of become a fan of this series. Um, Playing various different parts of it. I just finished one that's kind of a spin-off. I played the PS2 variation of it, and I am really really a fan of this series now, and I only had to play 2 games of it. And that's Dragon Quest 11 more specifically. Now, for most people, this is their RPG of the year for 2018. So I am kind of looking forward to this one, of course.
Where's my game at the bottom?
Which one? Ah, yes. This is a large stack of PS4 games. Yeah. I don't really think there's much else to say about this. This is a classic JRPG, and from all the things I've seen about it, it is absolutely beautiful to look at, and I think this game is going to bring me a lot. I think watch the video after. I'm not going to repeat it. But yeah, like you can it's just it I don't think there's much else I really need to say about this game, to be fair. There's not much to go about it. I gotta take out the downloads here, but it actually has an alternate cover. So you see the one that you see in all the pictures and stuff, and this is actually a different cover if you look it up. So I like this one a bit better, to be fair. But yeah, this one, once again, on the short list. But then again, a lot of games are. Like, I've wanted to play so many games. I wish I could make enough from streaming that I could just keep playing. So the 2 games that I was talking about in the past were Dragon Quest Builders and Dragon Quest 8. Those two, Dragon Quest 8 in particular, kind of like solidified my love for that franchise, because it's just, you're like, if you played them one, you played them all, and I'm like, I love this one, so I'm gonna love them all. So I'm really excited to jump into that one. But then again, I think there's a couple more games coming in the future that I'm maybe even more excited to play. So it's just, the list keeps growing. It just never stops. Yeah, I wish that as well. Like, I'd love to be able to just go through these games at a much quicker pace. I would love to be able to experience these games as they come out and not have them sit in my backlog for years on end. I feel kind of left out, really, because a game will come out and I'll look at it and be like, if I buy this now, like, I know I want this game, but if I buy this now, I am going to be sitting there with that game for like months, and I'm never going to be able to get to it at that point. And it hurts. It hurts. The Breath of the Wild, that game, I bought it over like a year ago. It's been a year since I've owned this game, and I'm just starting it now. Like, why did I pay $80 for it? I feel like I wasted my money, because I could get it cheaper now if I wanted to, and it's a hard fight, inner monologue fight kind of thing. But I've kind of gone in a little bit of a different route on how I stream. So hopefully I can start going through games a bit quicker. And that's kind of the hope. Which sucks, because I can only really get 8 hours of a particular game per week. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be fair. I absolutely wish I could self-support, just get a lottery ticket for $1 million and go buy a little tiny house somewhere and just stream my days away. But it's not gonna happen. So here I am. But I do have one other game, and this one will get played. very, very soon. In fact, I'll announce this game right now and then I'll tell you my last stream announcement for it. This is the last game. This is Spyro the Reignited Trilogy. So I don't know if you guys do know at all about me, but my first 3 games I've beaten were all 3 of these games. I absolutely love this series to bits. This trilogy of games just kind of blew my mind, and so I'm really, really happy to be able to get this advanced remake of all 3 games. Now, I actually own the original 3 in the back there. One of them's kind of in a wonky shape. It starts glitching out halfway through the game. But the first one and third one, absolutely awesome. Yeah, it's my own dedication how I have to be able to work my way up. You know, I have to be able to kind of find my world, if you want to put it that way. But yeah, this is going to be my last stream announcement for the day. On the 23rd of December, so 1 week from now, this game I will marathon from 10 a.m. Eastern time on the 23rd until 100% completion for all 3 games. This is a large undertaking, but because I'm not working on Christmas Eve, and I don't really have to do anything on the Sunday, this is my next plan. I'm going to 100% this game. On the spot in a single stream. And yeah, that's my last announcement. I haven't really attempted, I've attempted 24-hour streams before, but this one I'm trying to treat it a little differently, with the fact that I am not going to stay up the entire day before I start it, and I'm going to start it nice, bright, and early in the morning, and by the time 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning rolls around, this should be done. So, that is how I'm going to play this game. And, of course, in the future, I'll probably end up playing it through on my own. Just, look through all the little details and love it. As Spyro. I love Spyro. I love it so much. But yeah, that's all I have for game finds. And yeah, that's it. I hope you all enjoyed this stream. It's that train every time. Yeah, well, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I know you came on a little bit late, Psychotics, but man, I'm happy you were here, man. I'm also glad you're getting some nice large amounts of sleep. But I don't think I could do that anymore. Like, I wish I could, but I don't.